and let's hold that thought.
Right.
Hello, you're on Visual Radio.
Hey, is Joe there?
Yes, this is he.
It's Bruce Kulick. Hi.
Bruce, we're happy to have you, and Tom Cooper is sitting here with me.
Hi, Bruce.
I saw Grand Funk play at the Indian Lake maybe 2 years ago.
Right. We've
Great.
been there a few times, you know.
Yeah, I know you. I see your name on there all the time.
Right, right.
You know what goes through my brain whenever you play Indian Lake, right? The song by
Really?
the Cowsills, I think it is.
The what?
The Cowsills had a big hit record, Indian
Oh, the
Lake.
councils. Okay.
I mean, Indian Lake, and I'm like, that's all I can think about.
Yeah. I just know it's got the longest name in the host state, the country, or something like that. The name of that lake. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's beautiful because as you guys are playing, I walked along the water, and it's such a great. You know, I saw Grand Funk back in '73. I saw Kiss in the early days, Dressed to Kill tour.
Right.
So seeing you guys on the stage and being able to walk over to the beach, it's such a thrill.
Yeah.
For someone who loves your music to actually get the environment too, you know?
Right. Well, thanks. Yeah, we really enjoy that venue. I mean, this time, we're playing at night, which is kind of unusual.
Oh, I picture daytime because of the last show.
I know, but it's an evening concert. I remember the band was talking about it on the last trip, and I was a little surprised. But I'm sure it's still going to be it'll be a beautiful evening, and we're looking forward to it.
When Kiss were doing The Elder, you were doing things like Meatloaf and Def Leppard.
Not Def Leppard. I don't know. I know someone else once said that to me. I was never involved with Def Leppard, but I had a band with Michael Bolton called Blackjack, and then I was with the Good Rats for a while, which was a very popular New York tri-state area, band. And
I think I got the album in the house.
Oh, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, Kiss was having some, they've used ghost guitarists before, and I got the call during June '84 to help out, because even though they hired Mark, who I thought was a good player but not exactly the right style for Kiss, you know, that Paul was like kind of leaving hints at the session, and I was kind of like, huh, and there I was, so I was aware of what they were doing when I wasn't in the band, but I never, even though my brother, of course, was always one of the guys that they called on, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be, the guitarist, and no less for 12 years.
Now, the Def Leppard thing is on allmusic.com, and I'm going to get to the senior editor on Monday.
That's kind of funny because I know that guy. He actually, Greg Prado is a guy that did some interviews regarding my BK3 record, and I know he works at All Music. So yeah, if you want to write them and just say like, hey, hey, I think they're a terrific band. I would have loved to have been involved with Def Leppard, but it didn't happen. I don't know who they're confusing me with either. I don't really look like Vivian Campbell, do I?
No, but no. Greg Prado was on my show, actually.
Oh, okay, yes, because he wrote the Eric Carr book and all, so let him know. I mean, he's obviously got the in with that site, It's a very valuable site, but now I know why that's the second time someone said that to me. I was like, huh?
Well, I'm diligent because I wrote for them for a long, long time. I wrote about 5,000 reviews for them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then you're in the system too. Then.
Yeah, and I know who to talk to.
Like I've seen things at Wiki, too, that were wrong. And I had a friend when he, I don't Google myself every day, every other day, But I'm not always aware what's out there. But when there's something wrong, I try to let him know.
Now, see, my guest Tom Cooper sitting here has a book, Fast Media, and it's all about media inundation. Mm-hmm. And here we are with the major sites that don't get it right all the time.
Yeah, it happens.
There you are.
It does. And you got to be careful. That when that tragic station fire happened in Rhode Island, of course it was actually whatever version of Great White that was touring right then. And since Jack Russell just did an album with my brother, actually, a solo record, CNN, we're talking about CNN, puts up a picture of they did like a band shot because Jack was considering doing solo dates. So there's my brother, a couple of the other session guys, all the players, and they're representing that as A, Great White, B, one of these guys died, two of these guys died. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just not cool.
Just file it under people are misinformed a lot, or they just grab things too quickly. And again, I can't even figure out where the Def Leppard reference would be for them to make that mistake, but whatever,
Now, when you toured with Meatloaf, was Dina Miller in the band?
No, it was actually Carla DeVito would be the singer. That was the original Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell tour.
Right, from the album, and then Dina, I guess,
replaced her. Carla was not on the record. Let me correct you. That was actually Ellen
Foley?
Ellen Foley, thank you. I was going to say DeGeneres. I don't think she's a singer. No,
No.
Ellen Foley, correct.
Oh, so Ellen Foley's on the
Carla
record.
was the touring one. Ellen was kind of like, I love you, Meat, but I ain't going on tour. I think she knew something we didn't know. But Carla did a great job. She wound up marrying Robbie Benson, the actor producer, and actually, if you buy Bat Out of Hell right now, and it's still very available and still sells bucket loads. There's 2 live tracks on the record at the very end because the album was only 7 songs.
Right, so they did the expanded version.
Yeah, and now all of them are tagged with this bolero, which is the way we used to start the concerts back in I guess it was 77, 78, into a live version of Bat Out of Hell. And that was the live Bat Out of Hell band, which was I have to say I was very proud of the guys. Bob and I played, my brother, we played dual lead guitars, and it's a very, very cool sound and mix on the bolero thing is like a instrumental, and Bob and I are doing the themes on the guitars, so it's pretty cool, so check that out. But that name, she must have came later, because I don't know her.
Dina Miller is Jimmy Miller's daughter. Jimmy Miller produced 100 songs for the Rolling Stones.
Oh, okay.
Tumbling Dice.
Sounds familiar, but so was she one of the touring singers for him?
Yes, because I just saw her with, right back from where we started from, what's her name there? Maxine Nightingale.
Okay.
So Dina tours with a lot of acts like that, but she did a lot of Meatloaf work, so I thought you might have known her.
My brother continued on when I got busy with Kiss, ironically, even the first Kiss tour of Europe, which is when, remember I told you I did the session for Paul in June. By November, December, I'm traveling all around Europe with them, and then we did something in Holland, and Meatloaf was touring then, and my brother was back in the band with him, and I know that I didn't remember who was playing the role of the femme fatale there, the girl, but it could have been her, and he did some later tours too with me.
Hey, Bruce, what do you think about media inundation? You're on the road all the time. You must have your BlackBerry or something with you, right?
I got an iPhone, I got an iPad, and I keep in touch with everything. I still watch TV, of course, but and I do a lot of social media stuff because it's an important way for me to keep in touch with the fans. Today on Facebook, I wound up posting a funny picture of my dog who kind of looked like a rabbit last night sleeping. That's because this weekend I'm off. If I had a gig, I would mention, hey, anybody in Ohio, come on out and see Grand Funk, or Bruce is off to South America this week. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that's relevant to my career. So I use it both in a minor way personally, just to keep that personal touch with my fans, but mostly really let them know what's going on with my career.
Because we were just discussing before you called, Tom Cooper and I, that the Amish don't want so much media. And, Mark Fonner's a friend of mine, and Don Brewer was on the show. And Mark Fonner told me he keeps his family away from too many commercials and things.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I totally think that it is a little overwhelming, all the sources now for news. I was having trouble with my AOL email, and then I went on the AOL site, and then all the headlines were things I either caught on my morning when I have breakfast. I'm flipping around to the different local LA news stations. And in LA obviously they're pretty entertainment based, of course, or to CNN, and then it's like everything was old news to me. You know what I mean? And it was kind of weird that I seem to like to stay in touch. You know what I mean? And I like the cultural references of even a stupid commercial. Let's say I don't mind that. But I know to certain people, they just think it's overkill, and I don't disagree. It's just, I guess I like a lot of information. I do.
On the AllMusic site, they credit you and Simmons, and I guess that's Gene Simmons, for a Jefferson Airplane tune, but that can't be possible, can it?
No. What's the title of the song? They probably mistake.
It's in the next room on the computer, but it's on 30 Seconds Over Winterland. And I'm thinking, wow, that's before you joined Kiss, so that I'm going to have to get on that one, too.
Yeah, that just sounds... if there was a title of, let's say, like Gene and I wrote I Walk Alone, if they had a song named I Walk Alone, maybe that could happen, but I never heard, I had no clue of that reference, not at all.
Yeah, Marty Ballin from the Airplane's here tomorrow night, giving a free concert.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever experienced any Airplane people.
I did do, I do a lot of stuff with the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, just like Mark does.
Oh, okay.
So I've gotten a chance to work with Mark as well.
Oh, excellent.
And we even though, of course, he knows I'm in Grand Funk, but, we come to a central ground of we're both, musicians that love what we do, and who better to back him up on some of the Grand Funk stuff when he performs than me?
There you go. Wow.
So I've even backed him up on bass when there wasn't a proper bass player at that camp. But who was? Wait a minute, Mickey Thomas. That was a later version of Airplane, of course.
And he's friends with Marty, like you and Mark. Everyone is friendly decades later.
Yeah.
And
I remember backing up Mickey on something. He sang great. He sang great. It was great to see him.
Bruce, you're playing next Saturday night at Indian Lake.
Yep.
Indian Lake, and that's in Webster, Mass, I believe.
Yes, I mean, to be honest, like in between Boston and Providence, it seems to be, something like that.
It's a beautiful, out of the way. It's a little bit of a hike for people, especially in my. Everyone who gets Verizon around here on the East Coast gets to see this show. But it's going to be an awesome show because I saw Bruce with the band and they're dynamite. Bruce, I'm going to talk to Ian Layton. I'd love to have you back for a full hour if you don't mind.
Yeah, we can figure that out, especially when things aren't as hectic for me. Sure.
Yeah, so I'll keep in touch. Ian's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And thank you so much. Next week, it's next Saturday night, right?
Yep. We actually it will be the 4th of 4 in a row, so we'll be both very ripe and very oiled well, we'll be warmed up quite well. And it's always great to get to the East Coast, and I see a lot of my, Kiss fans, of course, because that's a popular area of the country.
Absolutely. Oh, one last thing. The Grand Funk, is it grandfunk.com?
It's actually, the proper site would be grandfunkrailroad.com.
Cool.
Yeah. And all the dates are on my site as well, kulick.net, and there's a lot of stuff about, whatever I've been up to, and a lot of it's Grand Funk related, of course, but some of the other wacky things I get involved with,
Well, thanks so much for calling in, man, and
No
good
problem.
luck.
All right, you as well. Bye.
Great meeting you.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks.
Bye-bye.
That was cool.
Absolutely.
Talk about fast media. We're cramming it all in
That's right.
the hour.
And by the way, music can inspire, can change people's lives. So none of the writing that I've done is a put down on media.
Oh,
Some
no,
media,
no, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. What he's doing probably has made a lot of people very happy.